On this episode of Trailer Park Turnaround, we're getting creative looking for a deal. We found a mobile home park subdivision that's in the middle of a legal battle, and we want to see if we should increase our bid to become the winner on this Trailer Park Turnaround.
Frank, this is the second time in 2 days you made me wait for you.
Did it on purpose.
It stands up?
No, it's a new year. I'm trying to do things different, just to shake you up a little bit.
Opposite, Frank.
Yeah, I'm doing things opposite. I'm just trying to throw you a couple of curveballs because people say I'm so disciplined and regimented that they know exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm trying to throw people some curveballs now. I'm going to make you wait.
Hardiness should be the exception.
What did you say you want a piece of cake? This is the journey of two real estate investors from Staten Island, New York, who travel the country looking for mismanaged, undercapitalized, and run-down trailer parks.
We invest capital and our time to turn these parks around and make our communities better.
These are our stories. And then she has SSI for 1,000.
We're meeting with a real estate broker. We've been bidding on this property in Parkton, North Carolina, and we have not set eyes on it, but we're here to set eyes on it today and try to make a deal happen.
We're meeting with Morris Taylor from On It Realty. He's got a property that we've bid on. It's going through a legal proceeding, and he's been working very diligently to help us get the property.
In Lumberton.
Yes.
And so he just occasionally picks up manufactured homes here and there, and so obviously
Have you worked with him before?
I have not.
Okay.
I just got to speak with him a little bit.
To talk a little bit more about that in a second. He's also got from the same, I guess, sellers.
No, this is different sellers.
No, the ones that are on.
Oh, Belinda.
Belinda.
Yeah, those are the same sellers.
And how many are there?
It's 5.
There's 5 of them?
Yeah, you're going down Lake Up Church. You have Otis and Kitty Lane right here. You go literally the next left turn is at Everett Park, which is same family. I guess they've sold off majority of the manufactured homes, but they have 5 left back there.
How much are they looking to sell it for?
115.
For all 5 of them?
No, per.
Per.
Yeah, that's what they're asking.
Those are double wides, and those are all individual deeds, everything
Correct.
with them right there.
Correct. So, and I spoke with Eric yesterday because everybody was calling us like, hey, why don't we just package them up and sell them, sell those as well? Because the sellers were not very happy with our pricing for the 11 units. And I said, because I work with value-added investors, I'm like, listen, we cannot price these any higher than where we're priced now. Yeah. Or I don't think we can, at least. I mean, all investors have their own philosophies and exit strategies and whatnot. But I said, hey, I was trying to get around like $30,000 price per unit.
So they can they decide to pull it if they wanted to?
That's a question for Eric.
Unless they all settled and came to an agreement, right? From my experience with anything like this, they'd all have to settle and come to an agreement, which the reason why they're there is because they can't settle and come to an agreement.
Yes.
Right?
But value add, and I always, look at it and I say, hey, this is what market value is. 75% of that minus what I think it needs in work, that's what I think we need to list it at.
Sure.
But when he takes that back to the sellers, and the sellers say, no, excuse my language, they're like, no, we're not doing that. We're going to list it.
Got it.
So right now we're dealing with a partition situation. What that means is the family members here could not agree on what to do with the property, and they've gone to court to issue or order a sale. When a bid gets submitted, it has to go to the court. They have to review it, and there's a 10-day period where somebody else can match or beat that bid, but they have to beat the bid by 5%, which means that our offer would have to be 10% more than where it is right now, and that changes the economics on the deal, and we have to make sure that it's worth it.
We have the 14 units that we're looking at right now. Same development. So basically, this would be our comp.
Yeah, the one at 165?
Yeah.
So I'll show you.
We submit another bid on this, right? I'd like to go take a look at them, right? Because at first, at the number we put in, we're like, hey, no matter what, we'll deal with it, right?
Yeah.
So now, where we're going to have to be is obviously, over 10% higher than where we were before, right? So I just want to make sure that we're not walking into a disaster. And I know Morris went out there, took a look, and we saw the exterior. I just want to peek around. But this is just for show, right? We're not allowed to
Hold on, this.
I've been asking that question.
Don't you hang from these at night?
I backwards, upside down. I usually put my feet in
Who did I tell the
and I
other day
stretch
that-
out. That's how I sleep.
I told somebody your new thing
Yes, I do.
is that you hang from the ceiling at night. I told somebody this. You don't believe me?
Well, the idea is that there's a partition, so we have to go 5% over the previous bid and make sure that we have the information with the county clerk's office. Otherwise, the bid does not count.
And so here's everything as far as the petition to partition. If y'all want to just use this and like take notes on it, can mark down whatever it is that y'all need.
So is this lot
These are the
included?
2 lots. So these 2 lots, and then this big lot right here.
At the road?
Yes.
Okay, so all of this is all part of this.
Yeah, and it's a separate pin, right?
Now, all the way down to there?
Correct. So you have 2 parcels right here as well.
Okay.
And if you see, so this is the 2 0 Otis Lane parcels.
so
That's
here-
these 2
So
right
these
here.
are parcels.
Yes.
Okay.
My first car was a Mustang. It's a high-performance vehicle. You were driving it like it was a Toyota Prius. I was like,
It's not a very fitting car for me, but it's a 4-cylinder, okay?
So you think this home and this lot we can sell for $80,000?
so this home, this lot, if this was redone, done up nice, the average sale price in this market is $150. So by selling this at $80,000, it is below market.
For a mobile home.
And the land below market. So we are basically selling below market.
Yeah, so we've had a few.
This lot's included. This is
So
a
this is 7017, right?
yeah.
So when we were looking at it and we saw the income statement, it said 12 units, and this was crappy on mine and Eric's end, but we were going off the income statement, and this is when we discovered that there were 11 units, not 12.
Got it.
This is the vacant unit.
Got it.
So what we're looking at here is 14 individually deeded lots being sold together, where each lot is a very nice size. You have some outdated homes. If we pick this up as a package, put some money into the homes, we'd be able to sell these homes with the lot individually at a very nice price. The question here is how much money are we gonna have to put into each of these homes, and how much time is gonna go into doing these renovations? These are all probably 80s, 90s models, and they won't be able to get financing.
With the land?
Yes, well,
With the
yeah, no,
land.
as long as you've got a deed and it's permanently, affixed.
But sometimes with the ages of these,
Yeah.
that's the issue, right? I have to double check on that.
And then what do you think that these would sell for?
After you got them renovated?
Yeah, after we got them renovated.
With the only comp I have being at 165, I'm not going to tell you 165 because there's a difference between what is comping and what I think is actually going to sell for.
That's what I want to know. What do you think it would sell for?
140.
140.
You're talking about gut renovated nice.
Yeah, nice and pretty. Your LVP, agreeable gray walls, updating the kitchen, the bathrooms,
You're putting money
bringing it
into
up
them.
to speed. Yeah, you're putting money into it for sure.
Joe, you want to stay here tonight? We have here is a Mac Daddy 1982 mint condition Love Shack. This is actually one of the best condition old school bathrooms that I've ever seen. Valentine's Day is coming up, everybody. This may be where you want to be. All kidding aside, this is a great condition bathroom. I mean, it's outdated, but this bathroom is, it's great condition. Whoever lived in this home took care of it. Definitely somebody smoked in here, but all in all, there's no leaks, cigarettes. What I like to do is stay in these homes just to like test them. Do you mind if they would let me stay here tonight?
I don't care. Are you serious?
No, I mean I'd like to experience the
What it's
neighborhood.
like living in
Yeah, man.
a
No,
luxurious neighborhood
no,
like
if,
this?
no, it has nothing to do with that. Just if we're gonna buy it, I want to know what it's like.
I'm going to test the product first.
That's the problem.
Like method acting.
Method acting. There you go.
That's what I
I
said.
used to say it that way, but
Oh, really?
I've been here so long now.
Where are you from?
Acclimated.
I've kind of acclimated.
Where are you from?
New York.
Where?
Grew up on Long Island.
Nice.
Baldwin.
Staten
Valley
Island.
Stream, Baldwin. And then for some really strange reason, I left and came down here. And
And you used to say coffee?
I say, well, I still
You don't say it no
coffee.
more?
No, they pick on me all the time. I can't get rid of it. I really don't know Alona in the first trailer. I do know James in the second trailer because he used to live here with me. He was my roommate. That's how I met him at my old job. And then Christina moved out. Mildred died. Probably don't even want to
Diana,
go in and see the...
You've been here for that many years? Since 20 years?
I lived in their office on Hope Mills Road for 10 years.
okay.
And then they needed the office back because of a will dispute. That's a whole long story.
Got it.
They offered me this place
Okay.
after somebody who lived here for 17 years and never did any repairs lived here.
Okay.
And they offered it to me real cheap because they needed me to move in 2 weeks. So I said yes. I had a 1-year plan. I've been here 13.
Okay.
It was cheap and it's quiet.
Diana, city sewer, city water. Right? Any issues with the sewers or
We don't
water?
have. Each house has its own septic unit.
So they-
And yes, I have. I'm the only house that has been pumped 7 times in 13 years.
So there's septic tanks?
Yes, on every individual house. As opposed to an extended hallway going down that way. Oh, let me not get into any of your pictures. How's it going?
We've just found out that this is well and not city water, which is a big difference in what we were told. Kind of changes a little of the dynamics because if you're selling off these lots, you still have to have somebody who manages the water supply, which that becomes something that's very, very important when you're looking at something like this.
Please don't swing that. For the last 2 years, almost 3 maybe, they've been testing everybody's wells to make sure everything is
The
good.
city's been coming out. The county's been coming out.
No, Chemours, the company, came out
Frank,
and did
you
their
wanna write that down,
own
Chemours?
independent tests. CHOM.
But they don't test it monthly?
No. This is excellent well water. Excellent. I drink it every day. The neighbors are like, what do you mean you drink the well water? They get bottled water. I'm like, are you crazy?
Typically, you have someone who's putting those chemicals in the water on a regular basis.
No, we don't have, there's no chemicals that go in there.
But there should
It's
be.
just a softening system, I think.
This is Snoopy's well house. It's actually taken from the Charlie Brown episode, number 17.
All right, so we're out here looking at a property. This property has well water. This property doesn't seem like it has been taking care of this well system. Not to say that it hasn't been taking care of the well system, but testing of the water is super important. We have several of these on some properties. You got to test the water monthly, send it into the city, the county, whoever asks for it, and just make sure that there's no bacteria or anything in it. I mean, this is a big red flag here. You want to make sure that you're not taking on somebody else's liability. I can't, this is definitely not 2 code, guys. How you put in a well system, they come out with some machines, they dig a hole a few 100 feet down, they drop a pump down, they pump the water out. Every county or every city, they may be using a different actual system, but typically you're seeing this water maintained and tested and cleaned by a company who's regularly reporting this information to the city or the county. Doesn't look like that's happening here. So this is something that we're definitely going to look into and see if there's any violations, or you just don't want to take on somebody else's liability. I know too, but I want to know what a contractor in this area would charge me to do that work, right? And I'd like to know, all new floors throughout the whole house.
LVP?
Yeah.
Low grade, mid grade?
Yeah, low to mid grade, whatever we're getting a deal on at the store, right? New, paint the whole house.
Yep.
Right? Cool seal that roof, throw a tin roof on it, right? Tin roof, new HVAC system, new skirting, new stairs, new kitchen, upgrade the bathrooms, new doors, the whole thing.
Bathroom's gonna be $4,000
Okay?
per. Kitchen, if you're doing like Formica countertops, shaker cabinets,
Yeah.
6 to 8 for something that small.
All right.
For our
Listen,
12
I mean, we do this also. I
Yeah.
just don't know the contractors'
Right.
prices in these areas, right? If you have an actual contractor that does work on these types of homes, you know, I'd like to know what he would charge on something like that. That's what you're telling me those numbers are. So, all right, I'm thinking you'd be into that house for about 25, right?
25.
What do you think?
I'm about to tell you. I gotta get 28.5.
Right.
So I'm sitting with Patrick White. We're standing with Patrick White from On It Realty. We're discussing the property that we were taking a look at in Parkton, going over the subdivision that was available, some of the challenges that we see, and to see if there's a way for it to work or not work as we drill down on the deal. So Patrick.
So Patrick White with the On It Realty Group and with White House Home Buyers. I'm a Bigger Pockets agent in the Fayetteville, North Carolina area. I service Fayetteville, pretty much anywhere within an hour of Fayetteville. So Raleigh, Durham, the Triangle, all the way down to Laurinburg, Lumberton. And if you want to reach out to me, you can find me on Facebook at Patrick White, or find us at onnitrg.com. That's ONNITRG.com.
Well, thank you for the time today, Patrick, and I'm looking forward to working with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's what we liked about the deal. In an area where the median home sale price is $240,000, if we could have picked up the homes and the lots for $40,000, it gave us a huge runway for potential profit. Unfortunately, when we went down and we saw some of the infrastructure issues, which was not disclosed before, that became a bridge too far for us. And on a smaller deal like that, those infrastructure issues could actually absolutely crush the potential profit. For us, it was better to walk away. And any seasoned investor will say that you will turn down more deals than you say yes, but you only need one to make it work. Stay tuned next on Trailer Park Turnaround.